The rise of neo-retro aesthetics in cinema. Why the past is the future. In 2025, one of the most striking trends dominating the film landscape is the neo-retro aesthetic, a deliberate fusion of vintage visual styles with cutting-edge technology. This stylistic wave is more than just nostalgic indulgence. It's a cultural phenomenon that responds to the digital fatigue of Ultra HD realism by reviving the analog beauty of grain, neon, and synth. Audiences are gravitating toward movies that feel like they're out of a dream. Soft lighting, glitch effects, 80s color palettes, and lo-fi soundscapes, all rendered with the precision of modern VFX. This aesthetic doesn't just show up in indie productions, but has been adopted by major studios, aiming to stand out in a content-saturated streaming era. Directors like Panos Cosmatos, the Safdie brothers, and Anna Lily Amirpour are influencing a new generation who see stylized imperfection as more authentic than CGI sheen. The retro look has become shorthand for emotional depth and psychological storytelling. But the magic lies not just in the visuals, it's how they're paired with contemporary themes like climate dread, social disconnection, and digital identity. Another key driver of this trend is the revival of analog techniques in a digital age. We're seeing a dramatic return to physical media influences. 16mm film stocks, VHS textures, light leaks, and practical lighting dominate the cinematic palette. Even in the post-production phase, editors are using software to imitate the flaws of old-school cameras. Flickering frames, chromatic aberration, and desaturation tricks. What once was a limitation is now a deliberate artistic choice. For podcast creators and audio-only formats, this opens up a fascinating angle. How do these visual cues influence what we expect to hear? Audiences are more responsive than ever to soundtracks that mirror visual moods. Lo-fi synthwave, ambient drones, and distorted dialogue are often intentionally mixed to feel aged or degraded, not as a failure of quality, but as a feature of narrative atmosphere. This sensory interplay of sound and sight makes it ideal for podcast storytelling with visual companions, like stylized posters, as it's not about the plot, but the vibe. The global success of hybrid genres like dystopian sci-fi romances and metaphysical horror comedies has also played a major role in pushing neo-retro aesthetics forward. These genres thrive on contrast, and the juxtaposition of retro visuals with modern anxieties creates a surreal cinematic tension. Think of films where characters live in a world that looks like 1983, but face issues like AI surveillance, ecological collapse, or identity crises driven by virtual realities. These films don't aim for historical accuracy. They use the past as a canvas to critique the present. It's not just about how things look, but how those looks make us feel. Visuals pull from a shared memory pool. Arcade signage, CRT monitors, vintage cars glowing under streetlights. These tropes are emotionally loaded and universally understood, which makes them powerful tools for podcasters who pair narrative audio with rich visual branding. A single retro-style image can encapsulate an entire emotional arc when paired with immersive storytelling. Finally, the rise of virtual production and AI-enhanced pre-visualization has made neo-retro more accessible than ever. Independent filmmakers now have access to tools once limited to big studios, allowing for the creation of lush, atmospheric settings on a budget. Podcasts and audio dramas are integrating with these technologies too, using AI to generate visuals for marketing, or even creating animated visualizers that respond to the cadence and tone of spoken word. These tools allow creators to maintain artistic control while reducing production costs. For podcast producers, this means a boom in companion visuals, poster art, stylized storyboards, and looping visuals that reinforce the mood of each episode. The storytelling becomes multi-dimensional, engaging eyes and ears in equal measure without requiring full-scale video production. As the boundaries between audio, visual, and interactive media blur, the neo-retro wave offers a versatile and evocative toolkit for creators looking to tell deeper, weirder, and more beautiful stories.